What is up? It's Lip Service. I'm Angela Yee.
I'm Gigi McGuire.
And I'm Stephanie Santiago.
And I'm Natalie.
Hey, girl.
I knew she would know what to do, okay? We got the Baddies Lip Service edition right now. Let's go.
Yes.
So, Natalie, you said you're stranded in Houston?
I'm stranded in Houston. There's like a whole storm, lightning, thunder. It's crazy. And like the flooding here is even worse. Like the water, like cars can't even drive. I don't know what's going on. It's like,
Oh, damn. We saw you just got stuck in the elevator, too.
child, that is like one of my biggest fears in life.
I would have been freaking out.
No, I freaked out. Like
Yeah.
I like a lot of things don't scare me, and I'm not gonna say like, oh, I'm the big bad wolf, and I just be out here like what? No, I was crying in the elevator, like, please open the door. Like,
I think I would have the same reaction.
How long were you stuck in there for?
Like 30 minutes, right? Yeah.
Oh my God, I would have been.
Hell no.
That was probably the longest 30 minutes of your life.
I thought it was like 2 hours. Like the way I felt was like I had to sit down, close my eyes, like I was in there all by myself, and I literally was just like trying to think of anything else besides being stuck in this elevator.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Is it worse to be stuck by yourself or with a stranger?
I feel like all I needed was for someone to just tell me, don't worry, it's about to open, like someone to talk me through it a little bit. But I was just in there and I was hitting the emergency button, and then it was calling down to the front desk, and it was the W Hotel. So on Friday nights, they just be having a party in the lobby. So when they're on the phone, they're like, hello, like, no sense of urgency. They're just like, oh, someone will be with you. We have a protocol. We can't even touch the elevator. Maintenance has to do it, but they're not on site right now. I just started.
Oh, hell no.
Wow.
Oh my God, I would have.
That was so scary. The scariest thing ever. Like, there's just 3 things that I would never do or want to happen to me. Like bungee jumping, zip lining, and getting stuck in an elevator.
Wow.
So what were you doing while you were in there for that 30 minutes?
Blowing them up at the front desk. Like, I called.
Hitting that call button.
100 times. I was sweating. I was crying. I was on the floor. I had to take my shoes off. I was like, oh my God, open the door. So when I opened the door, it was a wall there because I was stuck in between.
Mid-floor.
Oh, wait, hold on. You opened it yourself?
I started pushing and opening. I was screaming. I was like panicking. I wanted to get out. And so by the time, I don't know, the elevator started going down to the lower level, and it was still in between. I opened it up and climbed through.
Oh,
like the little,
Wow.
and I lost it.
So you escaped.
I like escaped, and it wasn't like I was mad at the people, but they like didn't care. Like they weren't trying to.
God, imagine how much longer you could have ended up being in there if you didn't.
I wasn't.
got
Yeah,
yourself.
exactly. So when I got to the front desk, I was like, y'all, nah, hell no. Nah. Like, what's up? Like, I was so mad.
my
A
God.
$500 night room in y'all elevators? What? Like, going off.
So what did they do to accommodate you?
Well, no, I was so upset. Like, I don't know. Like, usually I'll just go in and be like, nope, you're going to do this. You're going to comp that. You're going to, like, it was so bad the way I was feeling. I was shaking. I was so, I don't know. Like, I'm claustrophobic, but that was just the worst thing that could ever happen. So I like lost it on them. I was like, the lady was like, what could I do? I was like, bitch, nothing. I was stuck in your elevator. Like, I was so mad. Oh my God.
I think I would have been the same way.
So, Natalie, we all got to catch up with you because it's been a long time since any of us have really had a chance to speak to you. I know for me it's been years, for Gigi it's been years. Before this started, she said you hosted her, what was it, your DVD release party?
So when I did my last dance, remember we filmed it for DVD, and she hosted the release party. It was a whole premiere thing that I did.
It was so lit.
Yeah, and fun fact, that space that we was in is now OLG, Candy Burris' restaurant. Yeah,
okay,
that's the same space that we were in. It was called a Cloud 9 back then, and a friend of mine owned it. But now Candy Burris has her OLG restaurant there. So
and
it's
I've
like
I've had so
people.
many bookings over the years, and I clearly remember that one.
Oh, I'm glad you remember.
Was so much fun.
We had a good time.
We did.
So let's flash back to some Natalie Nunn moments. Let me ask you this, because now you have Baddies ATL, that's on the Zeus network, right? So was there a time that you wanted to escape this whole Bad Girls Club, like, I don't even want to talk about it anymore? Or is it something that you like, whatever, it is what it is, I'll wear it?
It's almost just like I wear it. It's just been like a part of like my brand now for over 12 years. So at the end of the day, like, yeah, we grow out of things. And like, you know, I'm not the 23-year-old that you saw years ago on Bad Girls Club. Like, obviously I've evolved, I've grown, but it's kind of like my brand. I don't know. Like, I just kind of own it. And I just like the Bad Girls brand is just like, I just own it. Like, I know a lot of girls didn't have a great experience. They want to get away from it. They don't ever want to be associated with it. But for me, it's just kind of like, y'all, we already here. Get it.
You are the Bad Girls Club.
That I was,
better than you. Nobody before, nobody after. Like, you was the best. I was on LA. It was fire. So
yeah, I'm definitely synonymous with that whole brand. For sure. Like, you are the bad girl of Bad Girls.
Yeah, so that's why. So I just keep rocking with it. And I know a lot of people will be like, "Girl, like," but it's like I've made millions off of Bad Girls Club. So I'm not mad at Bad Girls Club. I'm not mad at the brand. Like, it's basically my brand. So what's up, Bad Girls Club? Like.
So tell us about how the Zeus show came about, Baddies ATL, because you are executive producer on there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I've known like the Lemmy crew and some of the Zeus guys from when I was like 18 years old in LA, because I went to college down in LA. So I kind of knew their whole little entourage, and 5 years ago, Bad Girls Club got canceled off of Oxygen. So they were no longer just doing anything that had to do like reality TV basis. Like, they went into a whole crime channel network. So I continued to work. I just did other shows, and, you know, I went overseas. I did Celebrity Big Brother in London. So I continued to do shows, but the Bad Girl franchise was just kind of over. And, Lemmy and the team came to me with the whole, like, you know, we want you to come on to Zeus. What would you want to do? What would you want to do? And I was like, you know, Bad Girls Club. Like, we just gonna bring back baddies in some kind of way. And so we had a lot. It went on for like a year of us kind of talking about doing something. And I think a lot of people just didn't know if the fan base was still alive. So he was like, let's do the conversation first with you and some of the girls, because me and Tanisha had been going back and forth on the internet over the baddies and the ideas we had to bring it to do it with Zeus. And so we did the conversation and it blew up. And Lemmy was like, yo, the Bad Girls Club band. What? He like couldn't believe it. So it was the number one conversation that they had. So they did one with like Masika and Hazel. They did one with Lyrica and A1 from Love and Hip Hop, and Princess and Ray J kicked it off. That was their show or whatever. And then the Bad Girls came and we like just blew it up. Like, he was like, oh, we got to do something with the Bad Girls now. So we did Baddies ATL, and you know, drama.
Yes, with the capital D. Actually, drama in all caps. Okay.
All caps.
Up until, I can't wait till next week to see what happens on part 2 of this reunion, because my jaw hit the floor today when I watched it.
Yeah, it's always something. I promise you, we can't. A lot of people are like, are y'all acting? Like, is this fake? Like, why is she throwing cereal? Like, I can't make this shit up that, like, she really had Lucky Charms in her fucking bag.
Listen,
like, threw the shit out.
Here at Lip Service, we love Sidney, okay?
We do, absolutely.
She's been here a few times. She did our live show in Chicago, and she is just, she says what she says, and she means that shit. But she really did show.
I mean, people think it's fake. They think she's acting.
No, she's really like that, but she showed her ass, I have to say. I love her, but she showed her ass.
What's your opinion, Natalie? Because I saw some people saying, well, for the LGBTQ community, this is not a great representation, so on and so forth. What are your thoughts about Sidney Starr?
I think Sidney Starr is very entertaining. I think, like, her antics are great TV. Like, it's something to, like, watch. Like, people want to see. When people tune in or pay $4.99 at Zeus to watch, they want to watch a show. Like, this isn't Housewives. Like, we're not, I mean, even they're crazy too, but I'm just giving you an example. Like, we're not like, this is the bad girls. We're going to say, do the littest, craziest things where you're going to be like, what? But they're watching. Like, the numbers are there. Like, it's literally the biggest series show Zeus has ever had. Like, I can't lie. I can't make it up. So it's like, they talk about it being a train wreck, but people love train wreck. Absolutely. So it's like, I don't know what else to tell people. I'd be like, okay, I get it. Like, okay. But I did think Sidney would be a great addition to the show. And then I did get like I got backlash. People were like, why did you cast her? And, but it wasn't for me about like, the fact that she's a trans woman. She's very entertaining. She's a great
and that is, to me, the representation is that there's all different kinds of people of any, like, no matter what your sexuality is. So there's going to be a Sidney Starr, and then so
going to be someone next season that they're going to complain about. Season 2's coming. So it's just always like I don't know. And I'm like, y'all, she was great. Like, you're all talking about her. That means
I will never forget this video that Sidney showed me from her DM. Some guy that was trying to holler at her. Do y'all remember this? He was jerking off at
he came in his face. We talk about that all the time.
He was sending her like, cause her DMs be crazy. And
no, they do. So when Sidney came up in the house, we actually had our phones on this show. But when we're filming on, Bad Girls Club on Oxygen, we don't have no phones at all. So Sidney one night opened up her phone and showed me like the rappers that be in her DMs. Okay. I said, what?
Everybody want to talk crazy, but
crazy. But I'm just what I was trying to say is that, like, they be saying some stuff about Sidney, but
she about it.
We're having fun out here.
Wow.
Now listen, I saw you said there's going to be a shakeup for the next season, but some people will be back. So who is coming back?
Well, Angela, you always want to ask those questions that everybody want to know.
Who do you know for sure is coming back?
Honestly, this is the thing. Like, there was really not supposed to be a cast shakeup. It was supposed to be like, maybe some new girls would come in and we would continue the show, like with the cast that we had. But I think Lemmy expected, and Zeus, like, some of these girls to be bigger personalities. And there was a little bit of like, I think when people were already on TV before and maybe they didn't like how they looked, people were just being a little bit more reserved. People were kind of acting like they were above this now.
I think when you say people, you're talking about Seven. Or,
I'm talking about
what's the other one that Janelle? Is it Janelle?
Yeah.
I think you're talking about them.
It was just kind of like,
that's just me observing because
I just expected like the lit people, like the things that you see them doing on their Instagram stories or how they are when the cameras aren't around, and this whole like, oh, I'm so pretty and I just want to be cute and I just want to be here to get by and get a check and be cute. Like Lemmy's smart, Like Lemmy's really smart, and like he doesn't have one of the biggest networks that's on an app right now in the entire world for no reason. So if you're not going to deliver and you're not going to it really comes down more to Lemmy. This is his network, even though I brought the show to him and I have a big part on this with the show, but it's like, he's going to do what he wants to do. So if you're not delivering, he's like, next.
All right, fair enough. So Sidney definitely delivers, so she'll be back, right?
I love Sidney. I love her. Like, she comes with all the crazy antics. She says crazy stuff. She owns it too. Like, she slipped and fell.
Sidney always falling.
She's always
at the worst time when she was trying
She always
Tamar was like, Tamar and Anthony, when they saw the cereal everywhere and then she put on the cereal, they were like, thank you, Jesus. Like, I was like, what? Like, It was crazy. Like, she's funny, but I just, that's the kind of stuff that reality TV stars need to deliver when they come on a show. Like, no one on that cast had never been on TV before. So you know what it is. And what I don't like is, like, when people, after the show is done, edited, and it starts airing, people want to get mad about what's aired. Like, how this reality TV shit goes. You're not going to get aired to be like some princess, prima donna, looking cute all the time. It might be a bad angle, might be an ugly shot. Like, you might not like what you said, but it's on the show. So as an executive producer this time around, I got a lot of backlash from the girls. Like, every day my phone rang like, tell Lemmy, how could you do this? How could you make me look like this? I'm like, you did that shit. You said
it is what it is.
Like, why are y'all calling my phone about it?
I have a question. Speaking of being cute all the time, spill the tea on why you were the only one getting your makeup done for this photo shoot, and nobody else, because they was mad at you for that, girl.
They were really mad. So Lemmy made it very clear. This is the thing about Lemmy. He's really trying to keep reality TV real. Like, he's not doing hair and makeup every day. You're not waking up in full glam. If you want that, then you need to book it on your own. Okay. He's like, I'm here to just record you guys, what you're doing. If you guys have a Natalie Lash party, we'll film. He was not saying, I'm going to pay for you guys to have this and do that. Like, it was literally cameras.
Not in the budget.
Period. Like, he's not doing it. Lemmy definitely got it, but he's like, nah. Do you get hair and makeup done every day in your real life?
Every day at home. Right.
No. So I booked hair and makeup, and everyone was like, oh, well, you're getting hair. And Tanisha had hair and makeup, but she got her own house down the road. So no one saw her getting glammed every day. So I stayed in the house with the girls. I said, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to just be in here with them. I'm not going to be above anything and get something somewhere else, an Airbnb. I was in there with them. So they're like, bitch, you got hair and makeup? Like, the fuck? You want to look better than us? I'm like,
that was a big blow up. And that was like the first day.
First fucking day. I'm literally fighting on the first day of my shit.
Well, at least
but you do have a lash company too. So I assume, and cosmetics.
Period. Like, every day I get makeup done, I use those pictures and those photos for my makeup page. So if I'm going to get glammed up, it's also me promoting my product. It goes right to my makeup cosmetic page. So I that's in the budget for me. Because that's
double penetration, baby. Double penetration.
I'm like, so I booked hair and makeup every day. So I'm like, yo, what's wrong with these bitches? Like, you are really about to fight with me over hair and makeup? Like, what's up, bitch? Like, all right, let's go.
All right, now let's get into your personal shit, Natalie. You ready for this?
Let's go.
Okay. So, married life. Are you still married, or what's going on with that?
I am definitely married. We're 9 years married now.
Wow.
Okay, happily married. Everything is smooth. I know there were some bumps.
Nah, everything's great. Like, everything's good. Like, it comes up all the time because I feel like once you are married and you're in the limelight at all, the first thing bitches want to do is be on some like, oh, well, she cheats on her husband. And she be outside. Like, the first thing or the second thing, they always want to come for your child. So I don't understand this whole industry and why people... Like, I get mad at when I see even other people. Like, I saw something with Akbar and Alexis Sky. Neither one of them I wanted to get involved in with that. But I don't like when women in this industry, the first thing they do is come for you about your husband or your child. And it's just like, leave that shit the fuck alone. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say about me, but like, they'll literally go straight to Jacob's DM. This nigga don't even be on Instagram. Like, he barely, your wife is out here. Like, bitch, shut up.
And poor Jacob did not sign up for none of this either.
Jacob no. Jacob is in the cut. Jacob is at the crib, sitting in a 5,000 square foot home. Like, we're good. Like, what? The first thing these women want to do is come for Jacob, come for me, and tell Jacob some whatever shit they want to make up. They'll be like,
all right, You're very uncensored. So tell us what happened, because I know there was a rumor that you cheated. You had a threesome because, they did say, the woman did say that you guys did have a threesome. So what happened? And then there was like, oh, he moved out and moved his stuff. So what really happened? Break it down for us.
So there was when I went overseas to London to do Celebrity Big Brother, I didn't know none of those people. Like, they were celebrities in the UK. So I move in the house and I'm like, there was like this one young girl who's the one who came out and said all this. Her name's Chloe. And I didn't know. I was like, so the first day I was like, so what are you famous for in London? Like, I don't know the cast. Like, I don't know you guys. And she's like, oh, I'm famous for being kidnapped. And I was like, kidnapped? Like, huh? Like a big kidnapping scandal. And like, literally, she's like, made up a whole lie about being kidnapped and became
wow.
Girl, I lied. So she's really good with the tabloids and making stories to become famous. Like, it's a whole thing. And so I didn't believe it. I said, that's not what she's fucking here. This bitch cannot be famous for this. So then after the show, she starts saying, I had a threesome with Natalie Nunn and Dan Osborne. And now, mind you, Dan, the one that was also in the house with us, is very big over there. Like, he's like, him and his wife are big stars over there. Like, whatever shows they do over there, I don't even know what they're called. Something X6, it's big shows. And so she starts saying like these rumors and stuff. And I was like, Chloe, I hit her up and was like, Chloe, what the fuck are you talking about? And it became the biggest scandal of the UK because now I don't know much about Dan's history, but he's popping over there. Like, he's that token white boy that all the girls love, and he's always in some shit. Like, he's the bad boy. And so they've caught him multiple times doing shit. So I think Chloe was on some like, this is a great way to kind of get my name buzzing again, and just made up this whole fucking threesome with Dan Osborne. And this guy said, yeah, I promise you. I looked at Dan. I was like, is this real? Like, or is this a part of like what we're supposed to be? I don't get it. What's happening? So yeah, Jacob was mad because they had pictures. So Kirstie Alley from Cheers was on the show with us. She took all of us out to a cast dinner in central London. When we left from that club, the paparazzi got the whole cast leaving, or the restaurant got the whole cast leaving, and there was a hug between me and Dan, and Chloe was standing right there. And the way they out pictures, I have never seen anything like that before. I done been in some shit where they'll make things look crazy. I said, bro, the picture looked like I was going in to hug this boy. Like I was just like, what? And they were just like, and they left and went back to the hotel. And Natalie, I said, y'all, cut the shit. Like, Natalie did not. Like, but
wait, Natalie, how bad was it for you at home?
Jacob was mad. No, that was bad. Like, Jacob was really mad because the media in London is very different from over here. Like,
yes, it is.
We have the Shade Room and we have Hollywood Unlocked and we have all the blogs and all this, that, and the other. But no. That was like next level. They didn't stop. It was like the Sun, the front cover of the Sun magazine. It literally went for months, this story. Wow. And it was bad. He was pissed. Yeah, he backed the U-Haul truck. I said, where the fuck you going?
But did he believe you?
He believed me, but I think he was just like, it was really like, it was a lot. That one was just a lot. Like, the press in London is their next level shit over there.
Isn't it the worst to not have cheated but get accused of cheating?
That's what I be saying. When people talk, when these girls, like, part 2 of the reunion next week is these girls just again, and you cheat on Jacob and you cheat. I don't even hang out with you guys. Like, y'all are not even in my everyday life at all. Like, cheat where? I'm in a penthouse right now. Nobody's here but me. Where? I'd be so confused. Or they'll be like, she's in Dubai getting shitted on by princes. Where are the princes? is.
Hold on. She said what y'all forgot to mention was that this $1 billion pussy. Okay.
They say me like she's a hoe, her pussy's a hoe. I'm like, okay, well, make sure you put $1 billion pussy and billion in front of that. Like, it's just weird. Like, it's so weird. That's like the first thing that these girls do. They just go straight for the drama with the marriage. And I think really now as I'm older, it's coming from a place where like none of those girls on that stage are even in relationships. Like nobody even claims you hoes, but you so bad at it. Like you don't even have a nigga that claims you, let alone got a whole fucking big ass carrot on my finger and been married for 9 years with a beautiful daughter. So I don't understand. Like that's really what y'all mad about. Like just keep it real. That's it. Like first thing they want to win.
While you and Jacob were going
in a relationship, they want everybody to be single and miserable,
like them. Exactly. So every time I'm in a relationship, anytime Jacob, I barely post the shit like because the bitches are really mad. Like I come home to roses, bitch. I come home to fucking new cars. Like I be coming home. If I posted the shit that my husband and I like are real, like these bitches would be sick.
That's what I say all the time. Like if I posted every time I shop or buy a new pair of shoes or something, it would be obnoxious. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you.
He's showing y'all what I be doing.
Because they gonna be mad.
They already mad.
Yeah.
Now, Natalie, when you and Jacob argue, do y'all still have sex? Like when you were going through a rocky time, is it still like we argue, but we still have sex? Or is it like, man, when I argue, I can't even do it because I'm not in that frame of mind?
Listen, this is why he's the best person for me. We don't argue like that. Jacob is literally the opposite of, if I come in and I'm like just going off about whatever happened in my day that didn't go how I wanted it to, he fixes it. Like he does not come for me ever. So it's like, it's so refreshing. I mean, like, yo, I just could stay at the fucking house every day because I literally get catered to. Everything is taken care of. Like, I don't, like, he's the best person for me.
Okay, so what about in the bedroom? Who is more dominating, you or him?
Oh, no, see, okay, so let's not get it twisted. He is definitely from Detroit. And he's very sweet and very humble, but that man, that's probably why we're still married, because a bad bitch like me needs amazing sex. And Jacob is, besides, he's just the coolest down-to-earth person. The sex is great. Like,
no, not great, but I'm like, who's more dominating? Because I find that
he is.
Yeah, because in real life, it seems like you are a very dominating person, but that usually means in the bedroom, you like to be more submissive.
So I'm very submissive in the bedroom. Jacob is like we were just in Dubai. I gotta tell you, because the fans think this is the funniest story. It's one of my most watched videos ever on Instagram that I posted. We were on vacation, so we always do a trip on our anniversary. And 2 years, because we didn't do anything last year because of COVID, the year before that, he and I went to Jamaica and we broke the bed at the hotel.
Wow.
Oh my God.
And the people were like,
they charged you for that?
I recorded the whole thing. Like the people in the room, and the bed was fucking broke. I had to pay for a whole new bed.
That feels like you shouldn't have to pay for that. That feels like the bed should have been more sturdy.
Period.
Like, I would have blamed the hotel. Like, how could you?
I could have been injured.
They came to the room and said, "Bumble cloud, what's the bed?" I was like, "Oh my God."
They wasn't going for it.
And then when we were in Dubai this year in our anniversary, we went to Dubai and all the fans were like under the comments, "Don't break the bed, Jacob." What?
Have y'all ever broke a bed before?
I've never broken a bed before.
I have.
No? Yeah,
the
the legs were off, bitch. Like the legs, the head.
Like, you know, when you're fucking on a bed and it breaks, it's just like boom. You're like, oh shit, we broke the bed.
We broke the fucking bed.
Yeah.
That did happen to me once, but I think it's because, you know, when you get your first bed and it's IKEA and the wood's not like solid all the way through.
Angela, I swear you took a photo right from my head.
Angela.
Back in the day.
I think all the bad girls in the world have broken something having sex on it. Like it don't have to necessarily be the bed, but like you could have been sitting on a table.
Okay, yeah. So I broke the sink. I broke the sink. I broke the bathroom sink.
See,
that's a whole plumbing issue.
The sink was hanging off the wall. Yeah.
I'm telling you. So like, yeah, I think if you really be having like crazy dominant, crazy sex in the bedroom, you got someone who Jacob breaks the beds like dead ass.
Yes, that's what I think it is when you have that dominating sex like that. And I feel like girls, like aggressive girls, like myself and like you, like we kind of need that. Like you said, it's nice that he'll calm you down, but in the bedroom, like
all of that.
You know what I'm saying?
You need that balance. You know?
Girl, it's every word. Daddy, zaddy, whatever the fuck.
Okay, I'm so
just don't kill me right now.
So it's all love in the bedroom. What's his go-to position that always makes him?
He likes me from the back.
Okay, that's pretty normal.
That's like my favorite position too, though. I don't know, like it's just like my favorite position, but from the back or like reverse cowgirl, because I really be throwing that shit the fuck back.
Come on, throw it back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's fun, and that's also a good workout.
It's good, but you know what? It's
I like a little reverse cowgirl too.
Reverse cowgirl because it's literally rubbing on your clit. It's the best. It's the fucking best position.
I feel like reverse cowgirl is the easiest way to be on top. It's not the most, strenuous. Like
I feel like it's more strenuous.
You do?
I do, because face to face is easier because you could like move down. You don't have to like necessarily be on top. You don't have to be straight up. You don't have to be like standing, because I feel like with reverse cowgirl, you more have to like stand and kind of do squats. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that position. Well, yeah.
It's froggy. That's more like a reverse froggy position when you stand.
Yeah.
When you get up on your feet.
Yeah. I when you do reverse cowgirl, you don't always be on your feet. I don't be on my feet. I be on my feet.
It's better though.
No, but let me tell you, so like what I'll do is I'll do it like when I get tired, I'll kind of push his legs together more.
And lean forward.
I'll lean forward and I get the balls in my mouth a little bit. Right? I'll get off. So when I get tired, I'll get off for a second, do something else. Cause I'm like, damn, bitch, I'm getting old. These knees, I ain't got making this down here no more. So then I'll get back on, and sit on it. But like, if I got to take a break, that's the easiest way to kind of like where he's still like, oh shit, she going crazy.
You be needing a break when you be sucking dick too. You be like, I need a minute because this is like uncomfortable.
I can suck dick for hours. I don't need a break.
Really?
Yeah, like the guys be like, all right, that's it, no more.
No. Yeah.
Sometimes
don't stop me.
Sometimes you're like,
I'm enjoying myself.
You gotta like.
I do. I'm not even gonna lie though. I do like not hours, but I do be liking to suck some dick.
Yeah, but so y'all don't get tired for a little while ever? Like your mouth don't be like, okay, I just need a moment. I gotta just stop.
Hell no.
Nah, but that's when you just do the hand.
Yeah.
So take a break.
Go all the way to the tip.
Yeah. Go all the way to the tip and then go.
Stay at the top. They like that. When you just stay at the top.
Shake a
little tip of the tongue action on the tip of the dick. That's how you relax. That's how you relax your jaw. When you
that's how you take a break on the joy.
If you could bring it all the way to the tip and just start kissing it, like just
exactly.
That's a break too. That's a good
like that.
Break.
Yeah,
that's a nice break.
And then you got to make some eye contact.
That's a good break too. Like you put your hand on it and you look up. They think you're going crazy when you look up at them. Like, oh my god, look at her.
Yes, but you know what? Sometimes though it's annoying because you know that he's like preventing himself from coming.
Oh, it's so annoying. Why? I'd be like, bro, come the fuck on.
Yeah,
Just let it go. Just let it go.
That'll really make him not come. If you call him bro at that moment, bro.
He said, just let it go. Oh, I gotta tell you, this is gonna sound crazy though. So we had an 18-hour flight to Dubai. This motherfucker was on the plane like, yeah, because we had the business seats but they were like.
It's like a private.
Yeah, it's like a little cabin.
But he was still up above, though they could see over. This was like, ain't nobody. He closed the door like we was in a room where they can't just peek over. I was like, Jake, I'm not getting like. He's like, what are they gonna do? Kick us off or anything?
We're gonna get banned from the airline.
The no-fly zone. I mean, you gonna get on a no-fly list?
Yeah,
so you did it.
That motherfucker cracking. Okay,
you did it. I would have did it.
I know you would.
Yeah. I would have did it.
$20,000 tickets for the two of us to go to Dubai and back. I said, yeah, we finna fuck this airlines up real quick then. Fuck it.
And then he gotta come quick. That's when they won't hold back. They be like, okay,
they had a big screen TV in the thing with the two of us. I said, you gotta turn the TV off, the light. It was so bright. I said, well, I'm not getting in trouble for this right now. Like,
I'm sure they do too.
I was like, I just know they're gonna catch us.
I'm sure people do that all the time on there also.
Come on, right? That's what he was saying. He was like, oh my God, what are they gonna do? Kick us off? Like, we have 18 hours. I was like, oh my God, Jacob.
I mean, yeah, you need to entertain yourself somehow. Like, I feel it.
He literally, like, it went on for 18 hours. Like, just, he would literally wake up. It was just like, he's like, it's our anniversary. We're supposed to be having, I said, oh my God, we haven't even got there yet.
Now, what about threesome?
No, so I'll be real, because I've had this question recently, like with some girlfriends of mine, like when we were just out. Like with my husband, like I'm not, like, I wouldn't do that. But before I was like married to Jacob, like who cares? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like dating guys or whatever, but not like with my husband. Like, I don't know. And that just sounds weird, but it's like, no, like we don't need another girl in our relationship in the sheets with us. I don't know. It's just, it's not a turn on for me in a marriage. Before, like when I was dating guys, I didn't give a fuck about them like that. So it was like, okay, bring a bad bitch, let's go. But now, like, no.
He's probably like, damn, I feel cheated. You did it with other people and not me.
I'm sure he does.
So before y'all got married, when y'all were just dating, y'all didn't have any threesomes at all?
No. Mm-mm. And we only, I don't know, it was like a month and a half of Jacob and I dating before we like literally went to Jamaica and he like proposed after a month and a half.
Right.
Okay.
Like he knew. I knew. We knew.
He came and never left. Did y'all have sex the first time you got together?
He came and never left.
No. Are you ready for this? I was at a club in Detroit, and Jacob was he was playing in the CFL at the time. So where he would come for on the weekends to like make extra money, he would be security, because Jacob's a big guy, and he'd be security at this club. And they were like, we got Natalie Nunn coming right now, and they put him like assigned to my section. And I just kept looking at him, and I was like, damn, this security guard is fucking fine. We exchanged words a few times. I was like, yeah, okay. Never exchanged phone numbers. Let me tell you what the fuck I had to do to find this motherfucker.
Uh-oh.
I called, so I asked the promoter, like, oh, the security guard, I think he has something of mine that he was holding. Is there any way I could get his number? Girl, I got that boy's number and was like, this is Natalie. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Love that.
He was like, because we didn't even exchange numbers, nothing. And then I invited him to New York with me for Tanisha's wedding. Tanisha was getting married from Bad Girls Club. And I was like, do you want to be my date? Like, yeah. And then he never went back from there.
He came and he never left, like Angela said.
He came and I said like this to him. we're going to leave here and go back to LA. He's like, oh no, I got to go get my stuff. Like I just bought a little duffel bag. I thought it was just a wedding weekend. Girl, he left, came back to LA with me on the flight from New York, and for like 5 years never went home. All of his like things, and then we would go to Canada for his stuff with the CFL for a while, and then I was like, no, you just need to stay in LA. Like we're done with all that. Like I was like, come back there. He cannot leave. I cannot let this boy leave me. Like
a first date is a wedding for Tanisha. That's a big first date. That's a lot of pressure.
It was so much fun. And then we were filming it for Oxygen. She had a wedding show, so he was like, cameras and shit. He was like, bro. And Tanisha on the show looks at him and goes, you're going to marry her someday. I could tell by the way you're looking at her.
Wow.
So he didn't have no dick or nothing. He had nothing else going on back in Detroit.
It was off season from football.
I'm talking about dating. Like, you know how everybody got it.
Well, no, it's funny though, because his grandma, rest in peace to his grandma's like his mom. One day she had called, this was when we were just dating, like in the month. And his grandma was like, she was like, so what happened with, and she said the girl's name. And I was like, hi, Miss Ruth. Yeah, what was her name? I said, bitch, let me find this hoe on Instagram.
Wow.
No, because Jacob is so cool. Everybody just loves him. So there was never like problems with like girls coming around. He's just not that guy. Like he's just chill, laid back. Like he's not out here in these streets. He's really a great dad. He's amazing with Journey, our daughter. Like he's fucking father of the century. I can tell you that right now. So he's just chilling. Like he's just like, my wife's lit. Yep, she's definitely popping bottles, and she's definitely standing on the tabletop. She's definitely twerking her ass. She's gonna come home and we gonna fuck. Like he knows what he married.
So did he know a lot about you when you guys first met?
No, he didn't even. His little sister was like, he took a picture of me at the club, sent it to his sister, and she's like, "That's this girl from the Bad Girls Club."
Yeah, all the girls know who you are. We all watch that.
Yeah, his sister knew, and even to this day, me and his sister are not. We don't get along. That's like the only.
Wow. She didn't like that, huh?
It wasn't that she didn't like me or anything. She was just like, that's my big brother. Nope.
Right. You know what? I'm like that with my brother too, though. Where she's like
really like that. Like she's like, hell no. Like it's a dub.
Even after all this time, y'all can't.
Yeah, I know. And she's like caused a lot of just like dumb. Like we don't like we do family functions and she doesn't even come. But her daughter, who's our niece, she comes. We get the grandparents to bring her.
Okay.
Like Jacob's parents to bring, she's just like, I'm just like, And she's like, she's a little like, they're from Detroit. So she'd be like, yeah, and tell that bitch, I'll beat her. Pull up, let's go.
Oh, man.
You can't do that.
Right. You can't be fighting the system.
But
wait, she doesn't want to see her niece, like your daughter?
So no, we took Journey last year out there for the birthday party. Because we're so far, like we would be way more involved with like his whole family, but we got a whole schedule. Journey's on a whole schedule, but we've taken her. She's seen her cousins.
How old is she now?
She's 4.
Oh wow!
Just turned 4. So yeah, we try to get them together, but the sister we just like keep her at a distance a little bit because.
Man, but he has a good relationship with her, right?
He did. Not as much anymore. I mean, and I would never want to stop that either because I have only one. I have a brother, and that's like my best friend. So, I mean, she really she was gone on the internet and just done stupid shit. Like she just doesn't. Wow. It's really not me though. It's really that she just doesn't want Jacob with like. I don't think anybody. Like I don't give a fuck if it was. Jesus, she'd be like, no, that's my brother.
Like be one of those.
Yeah, and she always thinks someone's doing something to her brother. Like, girl, what are you talking about? Like, it's just.
I hope y'all patch it up one day, though. You would be open to that.
Yeah, no, totally. And his niece, our niece, his sister's daughter, like obsessed. Like we literally are obsessed with her. So it's like it's just a fucked up situation because the sister is just fucking crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you nervous about this Delta variant? I know you had gotten COVID pretty bad. when you got
I was
it?
in the hospital for 3 days.
Wow.
With a machine. Like,
How have you been after? Because I have a few friends that had it pretty bad like that, and they said they never fully recovered. Do you have any things happening still? Like my one friend who I'm very close with, she says like she's always tired and like she doesn't have the strength that she used to have prior to her having COVID.
I don't know. Maybe I need to like pay a little more attention. I don't know. No, it was really bad. Like really, really bad. I know people were like, "What the fuck?" I was in the hospital for 3 days, and then they sent me home with a machine to breathe, and I literally had to breathe with like a machine.
The nebulator.
A ventilator, a little thing, yeah. And I had to put like pure Bruterol, like liquid in there to breathe. Yeah. It was really bad.
That's what they get for asthma.
Yeah, it was like the pure liquid pouring the whole thing in. But at the end of the day, I was like, after I had it, I got it again.
Wow.
And
How long after? How long after?
Like 8 months later, I got it again. But that time, I only knew I had it because I went to go get tested to go overseas, and I had to get the test up my nose.
The second time you didn't have any symptoms?
A runny nose.
Wow.
Like a little like runny nose, like a little sniffle. I was like, oh, like this is.
You might have had some type of tolerance to it by then.
I think when I got it the first time, my body was like.
You get the antibodies afterwards.
Yep. So then I was like, oh, I had it. I'm back outside. When things opened up and I was back able to work and make money, like, I gotta go. Like food, like the bills gotta still get paid. We gotta still eat. Everybody gotta live. Like I was like, I started taking bookings again, but people were just kind of, or we actually filmed baddies.
Right.
And people in Tanisha, that was the big fight also between Tanisha and I from Bad Girls Club. She was like, yo, in the middle of a pandemic, she came in like a fucking
she kept her mask on around y'all all the time. She was always messed up.
I was like, bitch, stay your ass at home.
Do you think that that's part of the reason why she chose not to stay in the house? Is because
that was one of the reasons. That was one of the reasons. And, like Tanisha had not gone outside for a while. Like she was in the house. She didn't want to get it. She didn't want to get sick. Like she was literally would go live with like masks at the like grocery store. Yeah. And it was like a thing for her. Like she really didn't want to get it. So she didn't even want us all to be on set. She wanted every day us to get tested on the set.
Right. Well, you can't fault her for that though, because it is scary.
Right.
How often were you guys testing?
We had a lady that would come to the house to test us, like if we went out. That's why we really did. Like people are like, why are you guys just in the house? Like the first 4 or 5 episodes, like Lemmy had to there was a lot of things behind the scenes for us to film during a pandemic. Like I promise you, we could have been way more lit on this season 1, but we were very limited. Like, and anyone who came to the house had to get tested before they could even come. It was like a lot.
Yeah, I actually filmed the reality show for WeTV around that same time that you guys were filming here in Atlanta. And we had to test every other day. Everybody that came on set had to be tested twice before they were allowed to come around. If we were traveling during when we were filming, or if we were out in the club where they do or anything like that, we had to test twice before we were allowed to come back on set. Like they were really, really strict about it. But coming from LA.
When we would go out in Atlanta filming, we would have to get tested before we would, so we'd have a down day,
right?
And we would get tested too. Yeah.
So coming from LA, because clearly I live here in Atlanta, and we're notorious for being known for only being closed for about 6 weeks during COVID. Everything opened right back up, and we've been outside. Like I ain't even gonna front. I've been outside since June of 2020. Like I was outside. I did quarantine for about 90 days, but around the end of May, early June, I started going outside, and I've been outside ever since. So how different was it for you coming from LA where everything was all shut down and everything was still closed to come here and see Atlanta like wilding the fuck out like that and have Atlanta was working in the middle of it?
Out. Atlanta was.
Did it make you feel crazy? Did it make you feel crazy?
Girl, I was like, do they just not have COVID over here?
That's what it's giving, right?
Yeah, it was giving
no masks.
No masks. And like
everything
LA
open, Clubs open, restaurants open, no restrictions. It's like they'll make you wear a mask to walk in, but once you get in, everybody takes them off and nobody says anything, nobody cares. So, like me personally, when I would travel to other places, I would kind of forget that I'm not in Atlanta, because here it's like, what COVID? But then when you go to like New York or, you know, somewhere else, and everybody's all like, no, where's your mask? Or, oh, you got this.
You should see Houston, right? You should see Houston too. Like, absolutely.
It's like Atlanta.
I feel like Houston never.
We went out every day. Houston is fucking lit. No masks inside.
Yeah.
I hosted parties in Houston during the pandemic.
Woo! They don't care.
Like,
And you have a mask on, people be looking at you like you crazy.
Yeah.
You have a mask on.
Yeah.
Looking like,
Yeah. Like,
And
they think you sick because you got the mask on.
They think you're sick. I'm telling you.
I want to say, Natalie, your lashes do look amazing, though. I just want to put that out there.
You. Yours too, girl. What you been doing? Hey, look, we back on the list. Do you know that this was one of my very first interviews ever? Was your lip service in New York City?
That was so long ago. That's crazy.
Like 11 years ago.
Wow.
Here we are. It was one of my very first interviews when I first got on Bad Girls Club.
Wow.
Back where we started, baby.
Back where we started, baby. It's
Right.
we
so
up
crazy.
and stuck.
Still here.
Still here. So yeah, I gotta tell you, yesterday we went out last night. I looked over at the club here in Houston, and I just see like it was wall to wall packed.
Yeah.
And the whole club is just passing the hookahs around to everybody.
Yep.
I just came from Houston. I hosted a party in Houston like maybe 3 weeks ago, and it was wall to wall packed with people. It was crazy.
And everyone just like, oh, let me get you.
I was like, and no mask. I'm like,
don't touch nothing. I'm holding my drinks.
Ain't nobody passing no blunts or no hookahs in this pandemic, okay?
I haven't hosted a party yet.
I always drink my champagne right from the bottle. I'll share my.
So are you COVID, Angela? You're COVID. Like you don't want to come out, and
I've been out, but I just haven't done a party. Like I've done panels. I just did something on a yacht in Miami. And so I just kind of like did my thing. I spoke for 10 minutes and then they had me in like a different room. So I just tried to like, I'm still doing things and I've been out and about, but I haven't done a club that's been crowded because I kind of don't want to be
all the time. You were getting booked too all the time. You just don't want to take them because of the COVID, right? That's what you're saying?
I'm doing certain things, but it's more like smaller, you know, I just don't want to do a club yet just because I feel like, you know, I've been doing a lot of virtual events, and that's been amazing for me because I'm lazy. But we are about to start doing lip service in person, so we look forward to seeing you in person.
Yes. Did any of you guys have COVID?
No.
Yeah, I think I had it, but I never tested positive for it. But I think early on when it first started in March, I think I got it, but I don't know for sure because I didn't get tested. That's when it was hard to even get tested.
Right.
Oh wow!
I haven't even gotten tested one time for COVID.
Really?
Are y'all gonna get shot?
I quarantined myself for years. I've been
Stephanie is a hermit. Stephanie is a hermit crab.
6 feet for a long time. So
yeah, she.
Well, are you guys gonna get the shot?
I did already. I got vaccinated.
Okay.
What about you?
Yeah, no, not as of yet. I'm not convinced that I need it. Listen, I trust my immune system, and I am just scared of. Like my homeboy got it, and then his phone was like magnetized to his arm for like a week or two after he got the shot in that spot. Like that right there freaked me out. Like I don't know.
Well, I have family.
You know what's funny? The other day, Lil Duval posted that meme that said,
the ass shots.
Right, and I got butt shots, right? Yeah. But I fall in that category. I'm scared to mix the two, okay?
No, I ain't exactly. I got the butt shots. Now I'm going to get this
we don't know what's going to happen. That's going to be a crazy cocktail. I don't know. I got to wait. I got to wait. I think, like me, I don't have any small children. I'm not around any old people. I'm here in Atlanta, where it's the land of the free. You know, when it comes to COVID, I was testing again when I filmed from September to January.
I feel like
was
getting tested
every other day. Yeah, we were testing every other day. I do travel and I test before I travel still. Luckily, I have not been sick and I have not been exposed to COVID from anybody around me being sick. And I'm just going to keeping on with that and hope that everything goes fine. But I think that maybe eventually, down the line, I might, switch to the vaccinated side. But as of now, I'm just too skeptical. Like, it all happens so quick.
They're saying that, like, you won't be able to really travel to a lot of countries, especially like overseas as of right now.
Right.
But they're not even going to let you go over there.
Yeah. So, and with my love of travel, that would probably make me do it.
And in New York, you can't go into any restaurants. You can't
go doing that in LA.
Right. You have to be vaccinated. So, but I tell you, look, I had a couple of family members that died from COVID. So for me, like when I was able to get it, and then the way it happened for me, I went to go see Dave Chappelle. I was going to get tested. He was like, you want to get vaccinated? I was like, which one is it? And he said Pfizer. And I was like, it was right there. It was convenient. And I knew eventually I was planning to do it anyway. Yeah. So I was like, I might as well just do it. And I will say, like, I've been doing a lot of research as far as, I knew a lot of people that had gotten it and they were fine. And I do have a really good immune system also, but I just was like, after everything that happened with my family, I was like, let me just go ahead and do whatever level of protection. If I want to be around my parents.
My daughter had it. And it wasn't bad for her. But she's up there with y'all. She lives in Brooklyn. And she had it. So at that point, it kind of scared me a little bit because, I was worried about my child, but still not enough for me to feel like I need to. Not yet. Just not yet. I'm not saying I would never do it. I'm just saying right now, I don't want to do it.
I feel like I've been getting vaccinated my whole life when I was a kid.
Like I never even got a flu shot before.
Yeah, I never got a flu shot either, but I never had a flu shot that were required when I was a kid too.
Right.
So
yeah.
I feel like I will get the vaccine, but like you said, I just want to wait it out. Wait till they're completely approved, non-emergency case only. Because right now,
what's crazy is when I had it and I was in the hospital, I was home like for weeks and hadn't been going anywhere, and I got it. And mind you, Jacob and I sleep in the same bed every night. And Journey in the middle of the night comes running down the hall and climbs in the bed with us, and neither one of them got it.
Right.
Yeah. They said some people just won't get it. And that's what, I don't know if I had it or not, and some people just won't, but I just was like, I feel safer. And then as far as like the emergency use, that's just all political why it's not approved yet by the FDA. It's just because of the process that it has to go through. It's a long process. It's very political. So I don't think it's going to change. But I do feel like with now this variant, we don't know how effective it is. But what we do know is people who are hospitalized, it's a way lower percentage of people that are vaccinated than not. So if it means that you can still get it, but I won't get as sick, I feel safer just doing whatever I can.
That's true. I'm not against being vaccinated.
I'm not against it either. I just
not right now.
Not yet, right? not yet.
Yeah.
And for the single people, make sure y'all use condoms, okay? Because
I'm gonna tell you, the way I was feeling, like I promise you, like I 100% thought I was going to die. So at that moment, like I'm not against being vaccinated either, but I just haven't done it because I feel like, okay, like, there's different ones. There's the Johnson. I'm like, let me do my research a little bit.
We'll do that one.
Yeah, I know, right. But I'm like, let me do my research. But at the end of the day, I'm thinking to myself, like, there's no way I would ever want to feel how I felt when I had it. Now, other people get the sniffles. Other people have a little sneeze.
Symptoms. Right.
Girl.
Look at me sneezing over here.
Gigi. Yeah, they said there was people that died that were like, man, I should have got the damn vaccination. And people that are sick with it, and it's too late once you get it to get, to get vaccinated. And they're in the hospital like, man, I want to get the vaccination. And it's
it was bad. Like, and I don't have like asthma, but I had it when I was a kid. So they were like, well, your chart shows that you have like asthma from when you were younger. I said, I have not had an inhaler in years. Like what? Like it just my sister and I work out. I'm in the gym. I'm healthy. Like I couldn't believe how it had me on my back. Like on my back. Like I was like, what? I was literally like, oh God, no.
I don't want to be on my back. I want to get back on top, reverse cowgirl.
Okay. These feet you playing with these
I was
dogs?
stuck in my room for like 12 days where literally Jacob was pushing food through the door type shit and closing it. And I had to stay in that room by myself. He would come in and put the only thing that helped me where I could breathe besides the machine, but they told me I could really only do it 3 times a day. So I had a pot. Jacob would boil a big pot over the stove with hot boiling like lemons, onions, bell peppers, all this stuff.
Garlic, cinnamon.
All of that. I put a big down blanket over me and breathe
and
in.
Inhale that. And
that's the only way I could breathe.
Wow.
He had to literally keep bringing the pot up every few hours because I couldn't breathe. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to die. I was like, what the hell? Like, I was like, oh yeah, this is over. Call the life insurance. Make sure I was like, it's over.
Make sure Journey's taken care of.
Right. I called State Farm, all of them. Hold on, how many? I need a bigger one. Like, it's over. I thought it was over. I promise you. So then now, like, this is a serious thing. Like, when I'm outside now, I do get tested when I go home because Journey's in school.
Right.
And God forbid, I would never want to give it to anybody, but I don't want to give it to any kids either. You know, even though she never got it even when I was sick, which tells me like, damn, like, and there's different strands now. So I'm just like, before I go home, I always get tested the day before I leave. And on the airport, all of that, I always have my mask on. Like, it is what it is because she's in school. I don't want her to give it to other kids. So that's just kind of the annoying thing. And that's why I'm like, okay, I need to get the shot at this point because she started school again. And no, I don't want to I'm outside. I'm working.
And she can't get it. She can't get it. So you want to make sure that you're not exposing her. You know, so that's
exactly. Yep. And she goes to this little Montessori school and they're not playing over there. Like they're like tracking, they're trying to keep up with the parents and they're trying to the kids get their little temperature when they walk in. Like they're not, it's a whole thing. So I just don't want, and they actually asked the parents to get vaccinated.
How do the other parents treat you knowing that you're Natalie Nunn? Are they cool?
The other parents?
Yeah.
Oh, I only hang out with the lip moms. Okay. I need you to have a Starbucks coffee cup with a little bit of something in it. Okay. I be at the park like, be careful up there. I'm the cool
How would they know? They would never know. How would they know?
Don't worry about what's in my motherfucking Starbucks cup. Okay.
Well, Natalie Nunn.
Jacob always says that to me. He's like, yo, I know you're not walking down there to the park with Journey. I'm like,
Starbucks.
Who's not? I pour in the drink. Who's not walking down there with this cup? Now we be going to the park at the block, but I like to hang out with the cool moms in town.
That's good.
It's fun, moms. They lit. They be getting it popping. We have like date nights with the other moms and the husbands be just turned up too, having fun. But
look at suburban Natalie Nunn.
Right.
A little bit. I ain't even gonna hold you. They be like, people will be like, you live here? I'm like, yes, bitch, mind your business.
Listen, we do really appreciate you, Natalie Nunn, for joining us. Yes. And so congratulations on everything that you have going on. You know, it's always a pleasure.
Are y'all subscribed to Zeus?
I subscribe. I've been watching every episode.
I have to subscribe. I want to watch this show.
Yeah, it's baddies. Zeus got baddies. They got baddies. They got
Jocelyn.
Chance's season 2 of his dating show is filming now. Baddies is doing another season. I'm sure Jocelyn's doing he's got a lot of people coming to the network too, like big shows. I think Dream Doll just announced she's doing a show with Zeus too.
Black China did a show, right?
Black China did a show.
Yeah.
They got everybody.
Yeah, I'm on it tonight. I'm out of things to watch. Like right now.
Yeah, you gotta binge watch it.
I've been watching the movie Troy like every night before I go to sleep.
What?
Fucking movie.
Why?
I don't know. I got anxiety. I don't know, man. I don't know what to watch.
Are you in New York too?
But it's funny because last night I had a dream I was fighting with swords and shit. I was like, I gotta stop.
You gotta
those
switch
swords,
it up.
as a dream interpreter, those swords are representative of penises fighting for your attention.
Yes.
Okay.
I need to be drinking what y'all got. What are these different, like, what's this one?
DeLeon.
No, but what are these, why are they different colors?
Oh, this one is a reposado.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is
okay.
reposado. That's
This one I'm
Blanco.
drinking
The Blanco.
Blanco one.
Oh, the Blanco. I need a bottle. I need one of those.
We got you. I got your address. You know I'm good to send you some. So.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I had so much fun.
Well, thank you. And listen, we're going to be seeing you in person real soon. Trust and believe that. And congratulations again.
You too, guys. Thank you for having me.
And give our love to the family as well.
Of course,
Yes.
of course.
We're so happy for you.
And Angela, make sure you give the love over there at the Breakfast Club too. You know how that go. You know.
I'll do my best, girl. I'll do my best.
All right, y'all.
All right, lip service is Natalie Nunn.
Bye, guys.